The lights are on, folks. Everybody's wrong about Venom. Venom was great. I don't care, man. This thing's fucking up.
Wait, hold on. Who's the fuck's talking shit about Venom?
Oh, everybody's talking shit about Venom.
Half the internet, mostly because Tom Hardy sounds like he's on helium.
Yeah, I am fucking pissed. No, he does not sound like he's on helium.
Dude, this is what Bane sounded like when he was a kid.
God damn it, people. Yeah, so here we are. We're already going to be fighting because this is something I've been holding back all fucking day. People's reactions to Venom. I feel like everybody else is wrong. I am fucking right. We're going to get into that big time.
Oh, really? Balance has changed.
Jenny!
Fuck out! Who gave Jenny a leak without
God
information?
damn it, that's breaking the fucking rules. That's why we gotta read the rules. Gotcha, that's the whole purpose of why we do the thing.
That's the reason I whip it out during the rules. I'm waiting, never mind.
Don't whip anything out during the rules. Here he is. Jenny, how you doing? I mean, fuck, Alan, how you doing?
Wow.
You're still right. You're still right.
No, he's good. No, don't leave again. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you leave me now, you take away the very best part of me. Ooh, Alan, please don't go.
Don't go, Alan. Don't go.
I don't know. After that singing fucking serenade I got from Ganja, I think I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Alan, don't go. Don't go, Alan.
What the fuck was that?
He was wiping your face. He was caressing that.
I was wiping away the tears.
He was caressing that cheeky goodness of
yours. I was about to take away your pain.
So if anybody's still here, welcome to the show.
Alan, I can be your Superman.
I can be your hero, baby.
BBM is I like when people put the random eyeballs into the chat. Shit looks
How
funny
do they do that?
I don't know. I think it's people with iPhones. Ooh, fancy. But no, the real Mr. Robinson. Hey, dude, haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back. BBM saying we live, we live. And he says, of course, right here, Nick starts off talking shit about Marvel. Now, the thing is, that trailer...
Is this really a Marvel, though? Like, Marvel has their name on it, but this is really a Sony thing.
Yeah, and by the way, I wasn't talking shit, I was talking good. That's the thing, they're talking shit. Everyone, I can tell, I can look at Ganja's face, I know he's going to be talking up some shit.
No, I'm laughing because Jenny's talking about, I'm here, you guys.
Yeah, stabbing eyes.
We know.
Yeah. Oh, man. No, Adrian's over here. Hello, Adrian. Hey, everyone. I like how that smiley face looks like it's stoned. If you see how slanted those lines are, yeah, it looks really, really high. But yeah, BBM saying he's on his laptop. Hopefully it's a Windows laptop and not that Mac bullshit. And yes, Jenny, yes, your robotic voice is definitely a thing now. You and Skynet are within one.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my headset or my connection.
Nah, that robotic voice is just black as fuck, bro.
Lord, I can't believe that was a running gag.
No one knows what that means now, probably. But yeah, the black as fuck thing. Jenny will come in here and say some stuff that I guess we can consider that's a little black-ish.
Oh, she was definitely the most wokest one of the group.
The wokest one? I don't know.
He woke, if you would.
Good Lord, stop it. That's so terrible.
I'm not stopping that until it's trending.
Hashtag stay Ewoke, y'all.
But Cedric's in the house as well. So yeah, we got the whole gang over here in the chat room just hanging out with us and everything. So yeah. One big thing to bring up is the fact that we are going to probably fight a lot about Venom. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think about the trailer as well. So let us know in the chat while we go into all this stuff. But Mr. Ganja Guru, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine, man. Just doing a lot of running around, just hanging out, just doing shit. Recovering after a good 420 day and just having fun. How about you, sir? What you up to?
I'm doing great. But, but the thing is, we haven't talked a lot today. And, man, you've been busy and everything, too. Are you finally back to normal after the whole, the Stone Age of the 420?
Man, that is a great name for 420.
Yeah, it is really. The Stone
especially now they're trying to make it longer than fucking 420. I think they were celebrating that up to like the 17th. So now they're trying to damn near take over a whole month. So it might just become the Stone Age of the month.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm recovering. I'm having a good time, just relaxing. Honestly, man, I didn't go as hard this year because the events weren't that popping. A lot of the events got canceled. And a lot of people weren't good with the permits. So a lot of places that would like involve heavy smoking weren't able to get things set up. That's one thing I hate about starting events, and I give you credit, Alan and Nick, when you talk shit about them, because they can't plan an event and get it done properly to save the life of them. They literally had got people to sell tickets in, I think it was San Jose or Santa Barbara, one of those cities in LA, and the next day, before 420, they got told the permit didn't get approved. So all those people that flew out, bought hotel tickets, basically got told fuck off until we get you the refund.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
How do you literally have one job. Make sure you can do it.
Oh, exactly. But here's the thing, too. I just realized something. I kind of fussed with that. People, you're going to see some behind-the-scenes shit really quick. I'm sorry to do this to y'all. But over here, there's our logo for the MCA, right?
We're live firing guns. Oh, right.
No, not that shit.
I knew it!
It's like, it was going to happen one goddamn day. But no,
I'm whipping it out.
Okay, so this might be edited off later on. I'm sorry, folks. I get things done at the last minute. But yeah, we got the rules here. And I guess since I'm having this going on here, you might as well just go ahead and do them fucking rules, Mr. Ganja. So, pow.
Damn, I want to see if Ganja can do it without reading it.
No,
let's try it. Do it.
Okay, rule number 1, guys. We're all about the newcomers joining the call first, so hit us up in our DMs, PMs, and all the ways to contact us, either Double Toes at Facebook or other means. I'll even respond to smoke signals because, you know, I'm native like that. But to get you guys onto the show, we want those new, fresh smelling faces or those people popping off for the first time or in a while, like Mr. Robinson now hanging out in the chat. Good to see you again, buddy. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other.
I can't believe he's doing this without reading it.
Oh, I fucking do. Where's skit music that just ruins audio quality and people having to hear me yell over you because it ruins audio quality and viewing pleasures for next. Rule number 3, guys, no nudity. This is a staple with you, including, you know, I guess no guns now, no conspiracy theories, and demonetize you if you say the C word. So, with a lot of things now being demonetized on YouTube, nudity is kind of one of the top there. So, keep it in your pants, folks. Rule number 4, read the rules in Alley Girl.
Wait, I thought that was 5.
Yeah.
Damn it, you almost. Oh.
I thought you were gonna add rules. I didn't think you'd forget one.
What was the rule that I forgot?
Rule, don't, what was it? Don't give anyone else the link?
Yeah, don't get anybody else link because you guys let them into the call, then Ganja will whip it out or some shit. He always says
I will whip it out and then slap you and them out of the call with it.
Yeah, with this dick. So, and then...
Wow.
Speaking of Dick Ali!
Don't be there?
Yeah!
And by the way, folks, I'm gonna show you something. Once again, since we're just being completely fucking transparent with everything, I'm showing you the Google Docs right now. Ganja did not look at the rules right here. We had the rules posted over here.
Oh, we know he fucking forgot a rule.
Oh, well, okay, dude, he did pretty good for
Man, bitch, I did it all off the top of my head, so I skipped over to rule 5.
Yo, because it usually shows it. It shows if his little color, his Ganja Guru thing's in. But now, bravo, dude. I'm really proud of you, man.
Wait, the rules are in the doc?
Yeah.
Wait, how the fuck do you think we do it every goddamn week?
I don't know. I assumed you just had it ready randomly. I didn't know it was in the...
Dude, it's literally, you got the link that says Rules by Ganja.
Dude, I didn't know we had an Amino chat for 2 weeks. I'm bad at this.
Man, that was my favorite. Hey, what are y'all doing in here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, what's up, folks? It's like, yeah, hey, Dad.
I literally posted to Patrick, who are you people?
It's like if we had made our own clubhouse and he had just wandered into it one day.
Everyone's like, we're in your shit, dude.
You said this is your house.
Yeah, Adrian's saying she's pulling her boobs away. I guess that's good. Oh, because of the rules. Okay, I was about to say, I thought she was pulling her boobs away for Venom or something. I was like, you like Tom Hardy? What the fuck?
Yeah, you should have him out for Tom Hardy.
It's Tom Hardy, God bless his soul. He needs a job.
Gotcha, fuck that up. I know you said.
I did fuck it up hard. Hey, hold on. What are you talking about? Tom Hardy needs a job. He was in the great movie known as Dunkirk recently.
For like 2 seconds, and Allie didn't even know he was in the movie.
Wait,
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Or that he was a Nazi. I keep forgetting which one.
Yeah, I thought he was a Nazi at first.
Oh wow, okay. By the way, too.
You could not tell. Come on now. At the beginning, like
No,
they
that's
were
just
not
you,
clear.
Allie.
They were not clear about who was in the freaking planes.
No, that's the thing too. Those planes, I mean, they're going so fast, and like when the camera actually does those tracking shots of it, they swap back and forth between those planes and enemy planes. So I was like, okay, well, can we see like the front shot of the plane where we see like the actor inside of the fucking thing? I don't know what the hell's going on. When there was an explosion, I was like, oh, Tom Hardy died. I'm like, oh wait, no, he didn't. You know, fucking stupid.
Nope, he's too busy flying on the Force.
Yeah, wait, flying in force. What's this?
Dude, that guy's
man.
going reverse for like the entire climax of that movie.
Good lord. Does that just start something?
No. Like again, I was always middle of the road with that movie. It was just making fun.
No, that movie,
Okay.
he's actually making a good reference point where the fact that that plane just glides for an hour or two out of no gas, no fuel. He basically uses the Force to lift that shit up.
I mean, I guess I agree with you in that sense, but that movie was realistic as fuck to me. I loved it.
Sure, yeah. No, again, it does a lot of cool stuff. It just does a lot of stuff I'm not a huge fan of. It's mostly opinion of why I don't like it.
Exactly. Now, really quick, I'm sorry, folks. I guess I must be fucking tired. I've had a long day today. But I also forgot one last thing to put into here. So once again, bathroom break.
Are we live, by the way? Like, are we actually live?
We are actually live now because people have been replying to us and everything. But I gotta put our boys
Wow.
in here.
Man, this is like the Untitled Video Game Show.
It really
No,
is. I am sorry. But there you
No,
go.
we just live controller map.
No, I'm sorry. God Lord, man, it's just there's been so much shit to do today.
I can't believe we did that shit.
Wait, what'd you guys do?
Dude, we straight up, like, we could not get the controls for Vice City to work. Me and Gotcha are literally live controller mapping in the show.
Wow.
Well, like through X-Patter or some shit? Oh, you motherfuckers. That was some unprofessional shit.
That was the worst show we ever did, man. Like, by far.
Oh, man. Oh, but this means more was good. Adrian Bland is talking shit about Tom Hardy's movie. In essence, that movie was okay. It wasn't the best, but...
This means war. This means war was a piece of shit, but I liked it, but it's a piece of shit.
No, you know it's a piece of shit, that Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry, people are like,
No.
oh, Bane. It was terrible. I'm sorry.
It was okay. Well, okay.
It was alright.
Yeah, y'all gotta get out
Would
that
not
Nolan
compare,
King
I would not
stand.
compare This Means War to The Dark Knight Rises.
Man, I don't know. Dark Knight Rises is only good because Dark Knight. It's like, as long as it's... Like,
Yeah, well, it's only good because of what it is. But you talk about much worse, Tom Hardy performances. Legend. That movie's not good.
Oh, yeah, Legend is one... Isn't that the one where that old lady turns into a fucking vampire bitch and she's running around the diner?
I don't think
What
so.
the fuck are you talking?
Okay.
I think you're talking about. Is it Legion?
Legion.
Legion.
I think it's Legion.
I
don't
don't
blame you,
remember that
Cecilia.
movie.
That movie was
No,
great.
Legend is it's a biopic where Tom Hardy plays a twin. Like, he basically plays two people, and it's like, besides Tom Hardy like doing that kind of stuff, the movie's really bland.
Yeah. And by the way, Allie's back. She just left for a second. I think she...
I accidentally pressed the back or swiped back on my trackpad, so my bad.
All right. But anyways, we'll be moving on to the next thing. Now, this is the reason why I've been talking about all this other stuff, by the way, is because I got nothing to say about the next two topics we're going to discuss. Normally, I know what to say. I have a whole thing planned out. I got a bunch of shit, but I got nothing. Sense 8. Alan, you know about Sense 8.
Yeah,
why do you face palm?
and everyone knows my opinion because I kept talking massive shit about this god-awful show made by the Wachowski aliens at this fucking point. Who gives a shit? But basically what it is they, after, fucking up every single movie product they made after the fucking second and third Matrix, the Netflix is like, yo, we'll give you some money here. You can make something. Oh, God, this show is so goddamn boring. It took me 3 separate attempts to watch the first episode, and it has a lesbian sex scene in there, and I still wasn't interested in this god-awful show.
Yeah, by the way, do you need to stop with lesbian sex scenes in any kind of medium now? Because that shit's so, dude.
It's easier to
almost...
do than guy on girl.
I guess, but it's like, dude, just it's not sex anymore because so many people do. It's like, okay, if I really want to, by the way, too, here's another thing. I'm sorry, I gotta go off on. I'm sorry.
Hold on,
Yeah, you go do that.
Hold on,
I'm
man.
ready.
I'm gonna stop you in your track real quick. I'm gonna put that red flag in front of you. Just big old stop sign.
Okay.
How are you gonna talk shit about the lesbian love when we had a co-host that basically gave that movie, a certain movie that you love so well,
Why would
a
you bring that up?
high-ass marks just because of lesbian love? Like, apparently this is the thing for Hollywood right now is gay on gay sex. That's how you get approval, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because the series got canceled.
Inclusion.
What was it, Allie?
Inclusion.
Inclusion? What the? Okay, see, now you're gonna start confusing me. Inclusion? Is that like a sex position with?
No, that means
No!
everyone's together, including.
Diversity.
Everyone's together, all right, Alan.
Yeah, exactly.
The show got canceled, so your point is moot.
God, and that's another thing
Anyway,
too. The whole
back
sexual thing with lesbians, it's like a pot and a pot, or like getting 2 shoes and just up together. It's like it doesn't do anything for anybody. It's just fucking rubbing metal
Okay,
against metal.
first of all, 2 things. One, I agree with you that it's a waste of time. Who doesn't like lesbians?
I don't.
You're wrong. You're wrong in this situation, man. I'm
You know,
sorry.
that's a good question, Alan. Allie, how do you feel about lesbians?
I mean,
Yes,
I don't
her
get
mother's
turned
right beside
on by it, because I'm not attracted to women. I think they're pretty or whatever, but I'm not attracted
Damn,
to
girl,
them.
you
Okay, I'm talking to all the straight men out there.
Damn, girl, you should go into politics. Damn, that was a real fucking thought out answer.
Yeah, I know. She had that shit ready too at the holster. Just like.
I don't have anything ready. I'm just telling how I feel.
He just has a swipe card just in case. I knew this day would come up at some point.
No, but tell us why you hate something else that's good, Alan. I'm just playing.
It's just one of those things where it's like it was trying to be the heroes of the new time, where it's like, look at all these random individual people, they're connected by some bullshit, but it's so boring, it's so uninteresting, and it's like the Wachowskis are great at fight scenes. They've always been good at fight scenes. There's a movie that nobody likes but me, is Ninja Assassin. The movie kind of does suck, but the fight scenes are kind of cool, and of course the first and second Matrix. So I was kind of like, hey, let me give them a chance, because I didn't hate them by this point. I was like, yeah, they're kind of because I could not sit through Cloud Atlas. I thought that movie was just boring. So I'm like, let me give Sense8 a try. That show was so goddamn boring. So when it got canceled, I was super happy. Posed on Children of Toes. I'm like, yeah, we won. It got canceled. And now they're bringing it back for a fucking series finale because the fans kept complaining about it. If y'all liked it so much, you should have watched it the first time.
Hold on a
Letting
second.
it cancel.
Is Set 8 the one that you posted on Facebook? It was either Children or Toast or your personal one, and everyone just went in on your ass.
Well, no, the 3 people that watched the show started yelling at me.
Okay, no, the 3 people. No, this. See,
No,
that's
there's
the
a
thing.
lot of man.
I remember a lot more comments than just 3 individuals.
I only remember 3 people specifically that had long argument there. Just, but fuck them and fuck this goddamn bullshit. The show's dead. It deserves to die.
Now, here's the thing. Do you have an issue with... Because here's the thing. I've noticed this, too, with many other situations and many other shows. I think even Riverdale did this at least once. But what's up with them taking long breaks that aren't actually scheduled in the middle of a season? Because this is doing a finale only. It's not like it's doing a full season. It's just a
Well,
finale.
this show straight got canceled. This was never going to happen. Or at least they weren't sure this was going to happen until Netflix was like, fuck it, end it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes they'll take breaks for winter and spring and all that jazz.
Okay, but has there ever been a time where like they do a finale like not a finale, but they do like a break like right before a finale to the point where it's like, hey, we're not gonna do like a mid-season or whatever the fuck or seasonal. It's like, nah, y'all gonna wait a little bit extra for because another thing too to bring up as well. I got questions all over the place, but over here on YouTube, this is how I'm actually doing the whole live stream thing with the layout. But over here, this was posted May 7, 2015. What season is this on? Is this still the first season?
I know that the show had 2 seasons before it got canceled.
Okay.
So it might be the first, it might be the second season.
All right, then that makes sense. So I don't know, man. You're not gonna be watching this at all. You're not gonna hate watch like you've watched Riverdale.
Like I honestly sit through a lot of stuff that people would consider garbage. Hell, I'll even consider garbage. But even I have my limits. Don't bore me. Like this show should be at least to some degree interesting. It is not interesting. Like that to me is the thing. If I'm bored out of my mind, I'm not gonna watch something.
Okay, makes sense to me. Now the next one. Has anybody over here seen Split or Unbreakable?
Seen both.
Split.
Seen both?
I've hung out with the guy from was it Unbreakable or Split? The one that looks like Anthony
Split.
Wilson.
Oh. I thought you were trying to make a JP joke.
No, man, holy shit!
Wait, what?
What?
I hung out with both of these characters in real life, JP and Anthony.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay, I see what you're talking about. I thought you actually meant like I thought you hung out with Bruce Willis. I was like, wait, what? Like, what's happening?
Nick, I would have sent you pictures and all kinds. I would have told you send me questions.
Yeah, and then it turns out it wasn't Bruce Willis. It was just some bald guy.
Some bald white dude.
Yeah. But no, like Ali, I'm gonna ask you with Split and Unbreakable, did you like these both, or did you like both of these movies? Or?
I didn't see Unbreakable. I've never seen it, but I really enjoyed Split. And like at the end, you know, when you see that crossover, like with Bruce Willis, I'm like, ooh, this will be good.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested for. So that's what's gonna be called Glass.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna be called Glass, which is
Yeah.
I mean now they're just picking these fucking weird names like.
Oh no, it's
Split,
actually
Glass.
because I watched Split as well. And I did like it to a degree, and then when I watched Unbreakable, which is a terrible fucking movie. But the Glass is referring to one of the characters in there, Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mr. Glass.
Oh,
So
really? Okay.
this whole thing seems like they're going to be bringing back everybody because for spoilers for Split, which you should go watch, you'll probably enjoy it. It basically ends with Bruce Willis in a bar, presumably 10 or 15 days, saying, "Oh, Mr. Glass, yeah, I knew him once," and it's like that's the connection.
Okay.
They're gonna fight basically.
Nah, that's some damn like Avengers fucking.
Pretty much, no, it literally is. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it might be silly, but it might be some good fun.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's fun, that's the main thing. But it's like, how do you go fun with something as dire, like the Unbreakable thing? I mean, I didn't watch the movie, but it looks so.
Think about it like this. So, Split, he's super strong, meets up with Unbreakable in the woods. There's a bunch of kids camping, and they get caught up in the mess. And yes, I'm reciting the plot to Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, okay, well then shit. I mean, it sounds cool as fuck, but I mean, who knows how that's gonna be? Because, like I said, that shit felt very dire, very sad. You know what I mean? Like when watching Unbreakable, it's very quiet. So I was like, yeah, I wonder how this is actually going to be. And technically, people consider him like a superhero in a sense. So I'm like, why would he ever be paired up with the dude from Split? Because he's like a serial killer, right? Like,
They're probably gonna be fighting.
Oh, fighting each other, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Because
Wow.
like in Split, he's kind of this crazy, weird monster thing, and Bruce Willis is basically a kind of weird hero that powers get made up as the plot goes on.
Okay, damn. Sounds like an excusable fucking the plot makes like how people say plot armor, but this is like plot like evolution with the character. It's like, hey,
Sure.
This is ridiculous, but hey, the plot says this can happen because M. Night Shyamalan. Like fucking stupid.
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, it's better than a lot of his other movies.
Yeah, exactly. Even though The Visit was fucking amazing.
The Visit was, oh my god, that had my favorite scare. Like, it was, if you think about it, it was a little bit cheap, but when they're putting the paranormal camera up, and and the granny comes up, I was we were in the hangouts. Literally threw my headset off and just jumped.
Oh, really?
It
Okay.
got me so hard. Like I've never been scared like that in a while.
No, yeah, that shit was.
I know it's kind of cheap, man, but it got me.
No, on my side you had broke out, so all I heard was it got me so hard.
It got me so hard.
Hey, that old lady was kind of hot. So.
Yeah, don't say that either, man.
Oh Lord.
No, but
Hey,
I broke
if Helen Mirren and J.K. Rowling could look good at their age, so could the lady from Split.
I was like, why is no one reacting to that?
yeah, it was all you, brother. But no, Ganja, you Split, all that good shit. And not Shyamalan in general. Like, are you hyped for this at all?
Not at all. I haven't really watched Unbreakable or Split. Honestly, I might check out Cedric if he does a rabbit for it, but I've never really been interested in any of these films. From what I got out of it, they're either really like one of those drama films that are built around a thriller of like, oh, we're following this killer descent into madness, or in this case of Bruce Willis, a basic action to a thriller, hero story. And, besides the twist plots and all that shit, I don't really have no interest in it in any sense. Maybe I just want to see Anthony crawl, handicapped for a little second and just laugh about his haircut matching with the dude. But besides that, like, I have no real interest in watching the film.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. And for me personally, it's just like, yeah, I do want to watch this very, very bad when it comes out. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't want to watch a movie that's going to be just fucking depressing. Like, oh, look at these two characters going through all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And
Really,
it's
you
like,
never watched Unbreakable. That movie's fucking miserable.
yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't want to watch it. Because I'm like, I watch shit to get out of my depressive fucking mood. I don't want to see more sad shit.
Sure.
Especially if it's by M. Night Shyamalan, which you know that it's going to be sad and dire. Then some good ending happens just out of nowhere. Like that fucking science thing. I can't get over the fact that they beat the aliens with fucking water. Like that.
Oh,
drives
and
me up
wood.
the fucking wall. Oh, yeah, and wood. And that, like, why would an alien stop in fucking place full of water? Oh, it's just so fucking stupid.
Oh, how about the atmosphere? It's 78% water.
Yeah, man. I just, yeah.
It's a foggy day!
Aliens.
Ah,
That's
it
what's amazing.
burns! The fog, it burns!
We might do it. I mean, Cedric talking about doing a rap and everything. We might just get into Rabbit tonight or whatever. And if you guys do want to watch some of these miserable movies, Jet's even saying, like, I love miserable movies. Maybe we can all watch
The
them.
misery viewing party.
Yeah, the misery hours.
So what are we gonna watch? Schindler's List. This movie.
$1 Million Baby.
12 years old.
Land Before
Watch
Time.
all of it.
No, I'm not watching that before time. I ain't fucking crying.
There we go. We found the one who won't.
No, that's going too far. That's going too far.
Really? We just. But Schindler's List is fine.
Schindler's List is.
Schindler's List is fine. Boy in the Striped Pajamas fine.
gosh,
Police
sure.
fine.
Not the-
But
not the-
nah, man, Land Before Time. That's going too far.
Nah, we're gonna watch Bambi.
Oh shucks, not
That shit does not get me, actually. I did not find that.
Yeah, no, like Lion King is sad. Like I know it hits a lot of people. Like it's really sad, but like that's not the one that got me. Land Before Time was what got me.
Yeah, me too, man.
Man,
But
it
anyways,
kinda got me.
I love
Fuck that. We're gonna watch the dog. No, we're gonna watch the dog episode of Futurama.
No, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that one.
Damn, I'm curious what the fuck that one is. Jesus.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
Oh,
I'll just
Nick, I don't want to derail the show. I'm gonna ask for Daddy's permission, but can you pull that shit up?
no, man. Okay, like
Let me
it
see.
won't matter. Like it's just gonna remind me about it. But it's basically what it is there's an episode of Futurama in which it turns out Fry had a pet dog. And he's trying to find, the DNA so he can kind of bring it back. So a little episode about how much he loved his dog, how great his dog was, and all his tricks, and how much he bonded with his animal. And the thing is that what this is that he thought that he left it back when he was back in time because he went to the future. He thought he left it, found a new home, and all that stuff. Kind of turns out the dog sat there waiting for years until it died.
And that was one. And that was one. And not only that, like Alan, you left out the part where like the character actually gets to tell the dog's age, and he's like, "Yeah, the dog, he probably lived a happy life, found a new owner, he got to live to an old man." So I'm gonna let Seymour live. That was the character's name, and then it shows a montage at the end how the dog was loyal to the end and just waited for him to come back to the store until he actually finally passed away.
This
and
is
the whole
fucking
time,
sad, dude.
the whole time, get out, Jenny. Who gave you a link? But besides that, I loved it because it shows like that this Futurama had heart, and this was one of the few first episodes that showed that. And this is why I think Futurama stands above a lot of those adult comedies, because it would do episodes like this where it show humanity with the characters and not just make them like Family Guy-esque characters where they're just supposed to be assholes and self-centered dickheads, or like American Dad where it's just a comedy joke half a second and just throw away gags. A lot of things mattered, and a lot of characters did go through stuff and actually matured in the later seasons. And later, some later seasons did fucking revert back because they were just trying to catch up on that stuff. But but the earlier stuff really had a point with a lot of stuff they were doing, especially with the stuff that did emotional or has stuff about the heart. Me and Alan's, I think also share this. My favorite episode is when he goes to dig up his, I think it's his nephew.
Oh yeah, that's such a fucking beautiful episode because basically what it is for some reason they look up Fry's name in the Google, like the future version of Google, and it turns out like all the stuff Fry ever wanted to do in his life was done by somebody else that he assumed was his brother. So he is mad. He's like, my brother took my dreams. He took everything from me. I got nothing on this loser. But then as he starts to realize it, he eventually figures out, it's like, oh, that wasn't my brother. That was his son. So it's like his nephew kind of was inspired because his brother did love him. So it's like it turns out that his brother and his family did care about Fry, and they missed him so much because they basically just thought he died somewhere, and they didn't know. So it's like he still had the family that cared and loved him. That's what this whole episode's about. Like that's why I love Futurama. It was not afraid to do these really heartfelt moments. It threw in its comedy as needed, but like you kind of need it with how deep some of the messages were.
Yeah, man. No, damn, this show got fucking sad. Like, Jesus Christ.
True.
Like,
oh, but then they like just to bring it on high. One of my favorite, I guess, jokier episodes was when they go. This is the episode where Bender's like, it is kind of deep because Bender's afraid of death. He's like, I'm gonna be forgotten. When I die, no one's gonna give a shit about me. So they end up getting trapped on an Egyptian world, and he becomes a pharaoh.
He gets a giant ass statue that's like half the size of the planet, and it's just him just yelling out, "Remember me!" and just flamethrower out his mouth.
And Lily goes, "Don't worry, you'll never be forgotten. This is an entire generation of people that think of you as a ruthless dictator."
now, the thing is, we're going to move on because Jenny is saying that she's getting more depressed. But here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Since she's getting depressed, we're going to get her a lot more depressed because...
The Venom trailer.
So, Jenny, what do you prefer? Responding over sad shit or us about
that
to
right there, that image with the eyes and the teeth, sure. Okay. My problem with the suit is him putting it on, it just looks bad.
Okay, listen. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play this so we can see the nitpicking of this motherfucker go. Okay.
Oh, really? Coming from you? We named a segment called "Nitpicking" after you.
That looks fucking awesome. Are you shitting me?
It looks like a jelly bean.
I love jelly beans.
Yes, so do I.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the whole list of here. Allie.
Yeah.
How did that look?
That's how I feel.
Damn.
I don't really, honestly, I don't think it looks terrible. I don't think it looks good either. I'm kind of indifferent about it.
You know what?
I don't know. It looks a little plasticky. That's what I said earlier to Alan. It kind of looks plasticky, rubbery. Not a lot of texture. It's
God.
just, yeah.
I am upset. This is some.
Of course you are. You picked the one thing everyone hates to like.
I like it.
Okay, Ganja, you.
I thought it was fucking awesome. When it
That's
was
my
posted in the comic
boy.
book. I don't know what the fuck everyone's having a problem with this all of a sudden.
It looks as bad as Spider-Man 3.
Do y'all remember Spider-Man 3?
It looks as bad as that.
No, it does not.
It
First
looks
of all,
just as bad as Spider-Man 3.
First of all, the character looks buffer. The teeth actually look menacing rather than the motherfucker just decided to use.
Yeah, he bore the dentures from fucking Molina from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we get it. But the thing is, at least in Spider-Man 3, it looked like it actually stuck to him, like it was actually there. This looks like it's fucking. I don't know how to describe it. It's like this weird sludge.
What are you talking about? That's what Venom is supposed to look, is like the sludge kind of like massive, dark, gooey creature. Like that's how they portrayed him in the anime series.
Big shadow
That's
monster.
how they portrayed him in the Ultimate Universe series. This is literally fucking Venom. Down to the point that the dude is using tentacles to defend himself no matter what, even in a human form. I think this is got to a Sony movie, getting honor in the characters, and especially within the Spider-Man universe.
Okay, really quick.
Is this in the Spider-Man universe? Because this is really unclear.
Bro, look at this really quick.
Bro, why you gotta talk about that?
That is awful.
Man, fuck you.
That is fucking terrible.
But at least look at that. At least it's sticking to him. That it's like essentially he can't just take it off, or it's a weird jelly bullshit that's going over his face. It's stuck to him. And the thing is in this trailer, when you see, when you see what's his face, Tom Hardy seems like a nice guy. He seems like a pretty good guy. Brock is supposed to be kind of an asshole, so that it's like it makes sense he goes from asshole to evil, where Tom Hardy just seems like a really nice guy that just kind of got involved.
Well,
hey, you want to join?
thing. Like that, if you're talking about different iterations of Venom, then yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, he's supposed to be an alt-right villain. But more of the modern variations of Venom is him just either fucking with Spider-Man by being the most anti-hero and trying to be better at Spider-Man's job than him, and just trying to become more of a hero. And that has been a story.
But that's after the initial arc, because it always starts with him being kind of a piece of shit. Unless you talk about different people that aren't Eddie Brock, different people that got the similar symbiote, which does happen. But we're still talking about Eddie Brock, who's basically was super close to being a villain just in general as a normal person, became the villain because of the suit. And it's like this. It's like he just seems like he's a nice guy that got the suit, and now I'm Venom now.
Man, even Tobey Maguire can't believe you proved that suit.
No, exactly. And Tobey Maguire's just like,
it looks just as bad as Spider-Man 3.
The Spider-Man 3 is like, wait, what the fuck was that shit? Like, I mean, look at this again. It's just, yeah, I'm sorry, this looks cartoony as shit.
And the jelly fucking going over him and that one. It's like, yeah, the teeth
looks more alive. I like that. That moist look, give it a live look, and that's what I remember from the Ultimate comic book series.
It looks like that fucking thing when we were chilling with Jed sometimes in the rabbit. It showed out the Kirby teeth thing.
Yeah,
it looks just like it.
That's just terrifying.
That's just
terrible. No, it's not. It's weird. And not in a good way. The only thing I like about it is the eyes. The eyes look kind of cool.
Oh,
that's
so
a different design.
You're a big fan of Donnie Darko and that fucking bunny thing, are you? Like, because that's basically the same look of that fucking...
What?
You ever seen Donnie Darko?
No, never seen Donnie Darko.
Okay, how about you, Mr. Ganjiguru?
I have not seen Donnie Darko.
Your faces.
Yeah, there's no reason for them. Yeah, Ruthless is the point. Spider-Man's not in this movie. There's no reason inside the villain. There's also no reason for the symbiote to exist, unless they have to bring that up at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. This has the same eyes.
You're right, Nick. Those two things have eyes. You're right.
Nah, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like they look nothing alike.
You know, all I'm saying is like, yeah, I feel like it looks similar to this, which looks creepier and it's very, very horror based. Like it looks badass. This is not the right fucking thing over here. My bad.
Man, I don't know. Something I heard about this a while ago is that what was it? That I don't know if this was a random rumor, but this ties into the trailer, so I'm not just bringing it up because I'm bored. But the rumor was that the suit's only going to show up for a few minutes in the movie.
Yeah, 5 minutes apparently.
Yeah, this trailer seems like the climax of the movie.
Yeah, aka
you know what? They're going to do the same thing as Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they're literally going to show all the good action scenes in the trailer. I
think they just showed us the end of the movie.
They probably showed us all of Venom.
At the end of the movie.
They probably showed us the whole entire part, like that he actually like uses Venom.
Guaranteed. Yeah, but okay. Here's the thing, though. You're saying the suit, Alan, and you were complaining about the suit. So obviously you don't want to see the suit because the suit is trash, apparently.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, the suit looks ugly and I don't like looking at it, but it's like it's a titular character. Like when we watch Incredible Hulk and people were pointing out how bad the CG looked, I didn't argue. I kind of agree. It's like, yeah, it's not the best, but I still want to see the titular character.
No, well, true, but the thing is, like, the titular character is the guy. Like, for instance, like with Spider-Man 2, or not Spider-Man 2, I mean, like, Spider-Man as well, you know, the star of the movie is Peter, you know what I mean, and just like whatever Peter's doing. People
man, we want to see Spider-Man.
Well, we want to see both, because Iron Man 2 is just straight Iron Man in the suit the whole time, kind of doing stuff, and it's kind of meh. You want to see both. You want to see a good various both. Again, I bring it back to the Incredible Hulk. You see Banner, you see Hulk. You get enough of both to really enjoy it. Same thing with the first Spider-Man. You get to see that. You get to see a mix of both. That's what we want to see. This movie's not called Tom Hardy. It's called Venom. Well, we want to see Venom, but we want to see Tom Hardy as well.
Exactly. But the thing I was going to bring up really quick, too, is just the fact that, because I was going through with this, is when I brought that up, I'm thinking, like, yo, what they need to do, and I think they are doing it, because if you look in the trailer, there's parts where he's being Tom Hardy, and he's actually being interesting. His powers still actually fit. Like, for one, I mean, yeah, there's like some love triangle, or triangle, not triangle.
Of course, some woman is
well,
there, of course, because he has to love somebody, because it's a movie.
Well, because he's fucking human, Alan. Like, some dudes actually, no matter what they have powers or not, sometimes they do have a little bit of feelings for something.
Well, like I know the power of love conquers all.
Okay, well, I mean, I hope they don't do it that way, but...
Hey, man, your boy Christopher Nolan proved that in his movie.
Man, we don't talk about Interstellar's ending!
But really quick, as we do this really quick, because I want to show you this. See that shit? Like, he could be doing things like that the entire movie.
Shit.
Oh, Looney Tunes shit, man, really?
I'm sorry, man.
You guys, motherfuckers just want to hate on shit, dude. Like,
if this wasn't anything else, you'd be fucking calling it out for what it is. But for some reason, because it's Venom, you're totally okay with it.
Because, man, I'm telling you, like that first trailer was so bad, and I was like, God, this is fucking rough. I know I'm gonna hate this fucking movie. And then when I saw this, I was like, wow, they weren't like just out of shit to do. They were really doing the shit they used to do in the '90s, where they don't show you everything. And people complain that they weren't showing everything.
Show.
Well, they fucking prove it here. There's tons of shit to show. This motherfucker's going all over the place.
Like Ali said, it's the mix of the best parts. I'm gonna go further. I think that's the entire climax. Because it makes sense of, like, he's doing all the stuff, he's doing all the stuff, eventually gets caught up in the experiment, and then has to run away, and the movie ends with him going, and I will figure out what my purpose is, or some bullshit. However, Frankenstein ended.
Yeah, I feel like...
Somebody got it.
Man, that was a horrible movie.
It was, but whatever. It was the best reference I got.
Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I feel like what's going to happen is he's going to be doing a bunch of shit in his regular human form, and then, yeah, what you saw with him turning into the fucking Venom, like at the end of this trailer, that's going to be the beginning of the final act of the movie, and then they're going to do all the shit, and it's going to be cool. You get your cool Venom moments, but at the same time, a whole movie with him being Venom. The whole thing we were complaining about and we were confused about and scared of is we were like, yo, I don't know how they're going to make a movie about a villain and make 2 hours of it. That's going to be fucking impossible, even an hour and a half. Because this character's not meant for that. He needs Spider-Man. It's so fucking... They shouldn't even be doing this without Spider-Man. But since they are, how are they going to do it? Well, the way they're going to do it is this movie is going to be about it's going to be about Brock instead of being about Venom. And then at the very, very end, you get Venom. So you get 2 movies.
Yeah, but weren't you complaining the same thing about Batman Begins, where it takes like an hour before Batman even starts?
Because Batman Begins, that's like the 8th time that happened by then.
Okay, but the thing is that particular version of it isn't like no one's ever done an origin story that in depth. When you look at Tim Burton's first Batman, that was the first live-action Batman. I don't even know if they did the origin story in there, but I know that he was already Batmaning it up when that movie's going on. Batman Begins starts off from him being a child to him being Batman, so it's like it did it in a different way. But what you're talking about is what Batman Begins did, where it focused more on Bruce Wayne than Batman.
Yeah, but the thing is like, there's a difference. Bruce
See,
Wayne is
but
boring
you got
as shit.
a lot of Batman still.
Exactly. No, exactly that too. But the thing is, as well, is that Batman's really just a suit. The Venom thing is a completely different character. His voice is different.
No, Batman's never been just about the suit. The suit helps, but Batman's always been about the man.
Okay, well then we're never gonna agree to that because
True, but it's one of those things where it's like this is one of those things where Venom is the suit. Like Batman is never about the suit. Batman is a man. He can fight without the suit. The suit just helps make sure he doesn't get shot and stabbed every second. Venom is the suit. It's not about Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock. Like he's there, but it is about Venom, the suit, and what it does to him.
Well, those two are very like, and I'm not trying to like to what do you call that? Like pedal backwards or what do you call it? Backpedal. There you go. Pedal backwards or no?
I mean, yes, you're right.
Yeah, but like the thing is like
it's about the symbiote.
Exactly. And we'll get into that too. People are complaining about the fucking like, oh, the way they say symbiote. It's like, fuck off. Like, I'm sorry.
No, not
symbiote. How else would you say symbiote?
It's symbiote. It's not symbiote. But in the trailer, one of the actors says symbiote, and I'm like,
that
could
man.
Be an accent though. I mean, it's like when people say progress.
It's always been symbiote.
Is he British?
Well, who knows? It just we got.
No. It was what's that girl from Saturday Night Live? I don't know her name.
God, I
don't know.
Someone knows it in the chat.
Don't put me in that corner.
I don't know, man. You watch any comedies all the time.
No, but the thing is like when we get into this whole thing is when we compare it to Batman, when it comes to that, Venom actually hasn't had a movie or his own thing ever. He's never had his own property. He's always been on. He's always like kind of sucking on the teat of Spider-Man. So we never get this fucking story. Yeah. And Spider-Man's all over his face.
It's Spider delicious.
And I understand that, but two things. One, it's called Venom. And the reason, Eddie Brock becomes that is because of a lot of the Spider-Man stuff. And the reason that hasn't happened is because you can't really do... That's why I think the Joker movie idea is just as stupid and just as worse, is you can't have a villain who's... The reason he's a villain isn't in the movie. Spider-Man has been confirmed 100 times to not be in the movie. And even if he shows up for a second, you're basically having a villain show up without his thing. It's like, he's called Venom... Because, again, in the Fox animated show, when they say that, it's like, we are everything Peter Parker hates. We are Peter Parker and Spider-Man's Venom. We're the thing that kills him. That's where he gets the name Venom from.
But that shit's stupid. That's not changing it.
What are you talking about? Because he's basically the antithesis of Spider-Man. He's going to be what kills... Gandhi was just farting.
No, I tried to do Tom Hardy's voice, but somehow it sounded just as bad as he is.
Yeah. No, the voice is the only thing in this trailer that I really like. I think the voice is perfect.
Fuck you. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Man, go take a shit after that opinion. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
No, like I was saying, like the reason he's called Venom is because he is everything that to kill Spider-Man. He is the opposite of Spider-Man. He wants to end Spider-Man. He is Spider-Man's Venom. He didn't just say Venom sounds kind of cool, or I really enjoyed Metal Gear 5.
I guess. Like I said, dude, I don't hate this. I just don't. And I'm like
I don't know why. It's not rated R, so I don't know why you'd like it.
No, oh fuck you. I like tons of stuff that's not like horror based.
Sure.
But it's just like it's one of those things where it's like this is a character that and they even put in there, and I feel like this is really hitting the nail on the head way too fucking much. Just hammering it in case you guys can't fucking put together. But yeah, he's an anti-hero, and they make sure to put that inside the trailer as well. Big fucking bold letters, anti-hero. But at the same time, I don't mind that because that's what Deadpool's doing, and everyone's okay with it. That's what fucking Iron Man does. Sometimes people are okay with it. People are okay with this all the time.
That's their whole character, though.
No, but Venom is more like an enemy to Spider-Man. So it's just weird for him all of a sudden to be an anti-hero. It's like Suicide Squad. You know, it's the same thing. Like, you can't start off by introducing this character by having them be an anti-hero. You gotta kind of show the bad side of them first, because they were originally villains, and you know, maybe something happens that affects them that they're like, okay, well, I guess doing the right thing actually benefits me, so I'll do it. You know, but it just seems like Tom Hardy's character, Eddie Brock, here, it seems like he's trying to do the right thing right off the bat, and that Venom's kind of like, no, we need to cause some trouble. You know?
Yeah, they make some sort of deal for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't like this.
Far less interesting.
Except far less, yes, exactly.
Well, another thing too is, okay, like, one thing I always think of when I think of these movies, especially when because I love reboots and remakes. I know people don't like that shit. I do.
Depends on the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it always depends, because you gotta take something that's dated and you gotta modernize it and then actually fix the things that got wrong. And with horror movies, they do this a lot, where they do fix shit that was wrong. Friday the 13th is a huge example. Platinum Dunes has done this with tons of fucking movies, even Leatherface, etc. But then you get something like this, and I mean, granted, these are not reboots, but these are adaptations from the comic books, and when you do this with Batman, I always feel like, oh man, you gotta fix this. Fuck, they didn't do it. Oh, with Superman, you gotta fix this. Oh, they didn't do it. Spider-Man. Finally, they fixed it with Spider-Man Homecoming, but Amazing Spider-Man was absolutely terrible. And now you get a chance to fix Venom, because Venom, honestly, with him always being conquered by Spider-Man, it's always sucked. I always hate that. I don't know why the fuck Spider-Man always has to conquer over one of my favorite characters. I like Venom a hell of a lot more than like Spider-Man, and, you know, this is their chance to fix it. You know?
Yeah,
I'm just glad you told Alan Amazing Spider-Man's a piece of shit.
I never said it wasn't, but people think that the second one is worse than the first one. Don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I'd say they're both bad.
Yeah, they're both
okay. Yeah, but people sit there and tell me that the second one is worse. They're fucking wrong.
The second one is very more of a runny shit.
At least that Spider-Man movie, the first one's just Batman Begins.
Oh my good lord! And by the way,
no. It was more like Tony Hawk Pro Skater with the Spider-Man.
Dude,
don't even put those two in the same category. No.
By the way, BBM in the chat, he's saying, however, they didn't need to fix Nightmare on Elm Street. They fucking did. They need to fix that big time, and they still need to fix it because they didn't fix shit with the remake. But there's lots of movies that even if they don't need fixing, you could make it better. And
I feel like you're only enjoying this because this reminds you of a horror movie.
No,
yes.
I think that too, Alan, but Nick, when it comes to Nightmare on Elm Street, I honestly thought keeping the pedophilia stuff like ambiguous actually helped his story as a villain a lot more, because you didn't know whether to root with Freddy, especially that he became more of a crazy kind of funny character like the leprechaun towards the end. So that made it more. Yeah, pretty much. So that made it more able to laugh at his character, because you don't know if this is just some crazy dude that just got abused by the town. With the second one's like, yeah, he's a pedophile. So you like anytime he does jokes and shit, you're less likely to enjoy the humor because this dude is really a despicable person.
Yeah, like they really hammered it home, like he's a pedophile and he sexually. It's like, you know, killing kids, and I don't know why this is weird to me, but it's like I'd much rather have my villain kill kids than sexually molest them or something.
Well, that's why they did it. They wanted to make him a piece of shit that nobody liked.
But he's still making jokes. He was still making jokes, so I'm like, why'd you making jokes?
Yeah, well, you're not laughing at jokes made by a pedophile. Like,
exactly. That's what's annoying.
You're not laughing because he's at the Apollo. He's kind of like weird, uncomfortable.
I know, but it's just like with the Joker. It's like the less we know, the better. You know, we don't need to know.
Oh man, that ship has sailed for the last 15 years.
How would you even laugh at the Joker if you know like 2 episodes previous from whatever series we're talking about, he had raped Harley?
Exactly.
See, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Why they had sex in the animated series.
Keep it ambiguous. You know, just because I think people are more likely to like that character, quote unquote, or you know, just like that villain in general, if they don't know something that's really screwed up like that. Something
True,
that's
but
really...
like it could be done well, because Nick's gonna back me up on this. But you know a lot about Voss's character for Far Cry 3. It can be done really well, where knowing the character works it out in the process. Like the Joker, just make him crazy and just kind of do stuff. That's why I felt the Joker really got played out. Like The Dark Knight's still a great movie, and I love it. But there are a lot of times where the villains are just like, well, I'm just villainous for villainous sake because I'm crazy. I hate that.
That's kind of why I like what they're going with the Venom approach for him becoming an anti-hero. It's like, no, I'm kind of a dickhead to a certain degree. Yeah, I do some fucked up shit in my job. Like the first half of the trailer, they touch on it. Like,
but he's a good person. He's literally being a reporter trying to expose the truth.
He's not a good person until that lady stalks his ass. The first half is him talking about him being just one of those asshole, either detective persons that like find your wife cheating on somebody, or he's one of those like guys like Nightcrawler who just finds.
Well, he's basically like an animal activist PETA type of person, but for people, and actually, do something. He doesn't seem, and plus, especially when he gets a suit where he's like, well, what are you doing? Like, he doesn't seem like a guy who's like, oh, cool, I got all his powers. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to hurt people.
Well, yeah, because there's no protagonist in this movie. You need a protagonist. That's why he's there. It's called Venom.
Yeah, but that's my thing of like. It's like my problem. One of my problems with the Winter Soldier movie of you just took the name and made up the rest. Where it's like we just took Venom and we got the image. We're gonna make up the rest. So you know what? Just watch it because it's.
I think it has a chance in this regards of how it's doing the character because Eddie Brock looks like they're gonna go with the anti-hero route. So hell, it's in the fucking trailers with goddamn bold letters. You can't pay a detective to figure out where they're going with the story plotline. So I think it's either gonna be him trying to fight Venom, and the villain stuff he does is when Venom takes control of his ass, and that is part of the Venom canon in the beginning half of Eddie Brock coming in contact with Venom is them two changing their personalities. And if you have Eddie Brock just being a complete asshole and Venom being a fucking delinquent, genocidal motherfucker, then there's no reason why he doesn't just eat half the city.
Yeah, because his tongue is a hot dog. That's why he doesn't eat half the city.
No, but the one thing that
those New York hot dogs are delicious though.
No, dude, did you pause it at that fucking video? Go back for a second.
Wait, what's up?
Please tell me you pause it. His tongue looks like a hot dog.
Man, that's
his tongue looks like okay, you say his tongue looks like a hot dog. Somebody else that I know is saying his tongue looks like a dick. It looks like a fucking ton, you bunch of fucking crazies.
Oh, really? You're the one that's gonna be fucking the big man in this situation.
It looks like a fucking ton. Like, Jesus
It's like a hot
Christ.
dog. I know you don't eat food.
Good lord, man. And by the way, a hot dog looks like a dick, Alan, so stop trying to be PG.
Does it?
It looks like a hot dog, it looks like a dick.
He's like a Terminator. He can just look at stuff and analyze it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but one thing I will say,
like
too,
we're doing right now.
And by the way, too, just putting this out there, I meant to say this shit earlier, but you motherfuckers interrupt too goddamn much. No, but the thing is, Alan, you brought up the fact that, yeah, I like this because it's like a horror movie. You know what else is like a fucking horror movie, and I always get mad when people keep calling it a fucking comic book movie? The Dark Knight. Is the Joker not a fucking horror movie villain?
Okay, like when you say horror, like it's one of those things that I really hate.
Being white right now. Oh, you see, technically, I mean, what do you mean? How can I steer
you want
this
me to
in my
finish
direction?
The point, or do you want to go through, motherfucker?
Oh,
like,
go ahead.
How do you want to do this?
No, wait, go ahead. Wait, what you mean?
Are you sure? Because it seems like you want to finish my point.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
I don't like
He's
when they
mommy.
fight.
I don't like when they fight.
No, but what you mean?
Anyway, like I was going to say, when it comes to the Dark Knight, it's more along the lines of a thriller where it's like you have these two people going toe to toe in essentially a game of wits. It's not really a horror movie in the same sense of like a Jason movie or a Freddy movie where you see from the point of view of the victims getting slaughtered. It's not really that kind of movie. So The Dark Knight's not really a horror movie. It's a thriller. I'm surprised it's not rated R based on how brutal some of the kills are, but I wouldn't call it a horror movie.
Yeah, and I want to get into a big argument about this, but I never said that. I never said it was like Freddy or Jason. I said it was like a
no, but I'm saying when I said it's not a horror movie, I was trying to explain to it like when I see a horror movie, I think of that. Alien, for instance.
Well, you think of it, but you're wrong. You know. But
and fuck you too. Well, why don't you? Clearly, you knew what I was going to say beforehand. Just have this argument to the air, and we'll see what happens.
Well, no, I was just thinking like, yeah, because people like to do that a lot. Where it's like, well, horror and thriller are two different things, just like satire and parody. And I'm not going to get into that big argument as well because these movies that like, because here's the thing, we're going to talk about After Hours soon. But me and Alan were thinking about doing like the whole satire night. And we had this big argument, me, you, Justin, all of us. Julian was in there too, and Gertz, and everybody who wants to fucking argue about stupid shit.
Much more interesting than the movie we were watching.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. We'll agree with that one. But we had this big argument about parodies versus satires. And I will admit, some of the things I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I didn't think of it in that sense. But a lot of these movies, they're so similar, the genres are so similar that you can't just be nitpicking like, oh, dude, it's so not satire, it's totally parody because
and I'll agree with you on that. That sometimes it's blends. That's why I said.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So then the thing is, when you look up those movies that we're actually going to watch, like Tropic Thunder and everything, and you know we're talking about the movies we're going to watch, I look it up. It goes both beyond parody and satire. It's listed as both on countless websites and on the like fucking DVD covers.
We know. The Gon's laughing his ass off because we brought up a list at one point made by Gopher or whatever the fuck his name was.
No, but like I'm saying, like on many sites, like Wikipedia, movie sites, like it's just, and it's like the reason why you saw some random person talking about it is because it's not that confusing. I don't know how all of you guys got confused. I'm not into movies as much as y'all are, and these movies fit both satire and parody. It's the same fucking thing. So
okay,
it's like
it's one of those things where it's like a lot of times we're not confused by any of this stuff. It's that when you look at something of how the movie, like the structure of This is why I hate movie genres, because I feel like they just make it up just to sell a movie. When you look at something like what did we watch? A scary movie. When you look at how scary movie goes versus, again, you brought it up, Chocolate Thunder. Those do what they're doing very differently. Scream, for the most part, takes let's say 80 to 90% of the plot of Scary Movie, and then intersperses random references to other movies. Tropic Thunder is essentially its own story, but it's satirizing Hollywood in general. But it is its own story. Scary Movie isn't its own story.
Where they like shot for shot, like I can actually pull up if you want me to, but like they literally do
visual Tropic Thunder,
and they literally do a shot for shot. Good Lord, they do a shot for shot of Platoon where Willem Dafoe gets shot at the end. Sorry, spoilers, y'all. But he gets shot, and literally Ben Stiller is doing like frame by frame the exact same thing on screen, literally saying the same words that Willem Dafoe was screaming.
Sure,
so it's like,
because the movie was based on that kind of stuff.
No, I know, but it's literally a parody, because that shit happens with, you know, all those movies that we were watching, like when we did the parody night. That's why horror and thriller, when you're like, well, technically it's not horror, it's a thriller. It's like, but all horror movies are thrillers.
Okay,
You know
but if that's
like,
but that's the thing. Like, this is where we get very, very muddled in that sense. So when I'm comparing the actual structures of the movies, you can't tell me that Scary Movie has the exact same kind of structure as Tropic Thunder, because it doesn't. Tropic Thunder is its own story. Yes, it does that, but it's within the confines of the movie it's trying to do anyway. Scary Movie can't survive without Scream existing. If Scream never existed, Scary Movie would never exist.
well, I think you're
Tropic
gay.
Thunder, for the most part, could.
Look, all I know is it's masturbation with extra steps, Alan.
Oh no! Oh my God! Can we move on?
She was
No,
waiting.
dude, I don't know
like
what
a
the fucking
snake.
argument. Alan's gonna bring up some stuff about incest, and we're just gonna have a giant argument.
Yeah.
The end of the Fun Police. I'm not with this motherfucker, the Fun Police. I like shit,
are.
yo. God damn it.
I've accepted it. You accept it, man.
This is like when you hear like the FBI set up a trap house and arrested the local officers trying to buy drugs.
By the way, too, I'm just
Best
saying,
story.
me and Gonzo are the ones that actually like this shit. You and Allie are like, oh, it's not my Venom. Damn.
Yeah, for the
So-
first time.
I'm just saying, Allie and Alan together once again.
Don't
Hey,
worry,
man.
when the next
I could be
Deadpool trailer
wrong.
comes.
I could be wrong, you know.
Damn it,
I don't
Allie.
like to judge a movie completely before it comes out, you know.
Yeah,
It just looks a little bit dated to me. Like, it looks like, you know, Tobey Maguire era type of Spider-Man, like, superhero movie. But, you know, I could be proven wrong. I just feel like it's a little bit weird nowadays they're making a movie like this. But
Exactly.
We're supposed to stay strong together, Allie. Why did you betray me?
Why you betray me? I don't know why you do that.
I don't betray anyone. I am different.
Armus, man.
But here we go on this one. This will be a short conversation unless you guys have a lot to say about it. I don't got shit. Netflix orders an anime version of this shit. Fast and Furious, apparently in animated form. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous at first. I know it sounds like, what the fuck? That makes no goddamn sense.
Serious? I don't think you can get ridiculous with this.
Because fast and ridiculous. No, but the thing is, I feel like, man, all these guys are getting old. And dude, look, this is coming from a dude who used to work out. I stretch the word used to. Man, I do not know how The Rock works out the way he does. Fucking gotcha. No, but like, dude, like, he's so old. He has gray over his, like, I would give up at this point if I was The Rock. I'd be like, dude, I can't fucking pick up those fucking things anymore. I'm tired. I just want to fucking enjoy my money for once, you motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah, he has a lot of it. They pay him a lot of money.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, I think that'd be a great idea to have all these guys who are in the Fast and Furious movies start working on their voice acting careers and continue on the Fast and Furious story with these same guys, and then hopefully start the shit from the beginning again and bring in Paul Walker. Or not Paul Walker, but his character.
All right, bring him back from the dead. Huh?
He might be contractually busy right now. We have to talk to his lawyers. Do I just want to mute Ganja at this point, honestly? Anyway, the thing is, you have a point, just to take it off that fucking hilarious joke. But you do have a point, because it's like, they say that they're going to end it after the next movie or something like that, where they finish, you know, it's either the 9th or the 11th movie at this fucking point. I can't remember. But point is, they know it's going to end because they want to do a spin-off with The Rock and Jason Statham as their own solo movie, because people like those characters a lot. So it's like, they know that this series is going to end at some point. It makes a lot of money, but they're like, yeah, we know it's going to end at some point. You know, our actors are getting up there. We can't keep doing this crazy stuff. We're eventually going to run out of ideas, honestly. That's probably the biggest thing. It's like, what else can we send a car in? We've sent a car to fucking the sky, and then the next movie we put in Antarctica. Like, the only place we gotta let this underwater in space. We're kind of running out of ideas here. So it makes sense that they want to go animated, but this is fucking stupid, man.
No, I really think it's stupid, and I will say that, like, even though it is gonna be dumb as shit, imagine, okay, all that money they spend on actual, like, doing this basically anime shit in real life, being a live action cartoon.
Yeah,
imagine them doing this, like, the budget for the animation. This would be one of the better looking animes in a long fucking time. Like, this could look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it could be okay. I mean, I'd watch an episode. I mean, I sat through all the fucking Fast and Furious movies. I'll watch this.
Sorry.
Why?
Oh my god, your fucking laughs. Don't come back unless you.
Oh my god, you guys do this all the time. This happened a couple weeks ago. I can't remember why. Oh, it was when he fucked up the rules. And every time he just shows up, he's like, I'm back. He starts laughing and just goes for another 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, just when he shows up, you guys can't see my screen, but he shows up and I see a little square on the Google Hangouts and he's just laughing his ass off, like, to make this shit hard for me.
You can just not laugh. I did it.
Oh man, well, because you don't like fun police.
Oh, fuck you. Just because I walked into that one doesn't mean you get to use it.
But moving on, we're actually going to do our community questions now, people. So,
Alan don't appreciate good jokes.
he really does not.
Yeah, when you tell me something, I'll appreciate them.
Oh, that's fucked up. But I would say the same thing. Now, Mr. Ganja Guru, are you done fucking laughing, you son of a bitch?
Oh, I'm done. Man, that was better. That was better than sex. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. You want a cigarette?
Man, it felt like I hit a pole going 80 miles per hour.
Oh my god.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
How did you forget you watched that too? Oh, Lord.
Oh, that is fucking awful.
Just get to the community questions.
That was really. Don't make jokes like that, Max.
Yeah. Oh man, that was bad too.
Yeah, Max fucked up shit.
Hey, that dude died like recently.
Yeah.
My guy's only been dead for 3 years. All right, got at least a good amount of dirt on the grave, at least.
That's true. Yeah, it's fucked up. But here you go. So if you guys don't know what this is, we do community questions. You guys ask us whether, and this is the thing. You can ask me questions too, and like Facebook things like that too as well. But the main thing is in our Amino. Yeah, you go in there, you just write a question, whatever the fuck. We take it, we actually put it into our little thing over here, and then we ask them live on the show. You can ask us anything serious, funny, stupid, movie related. It doesn't matter. We answer them, and that's the main rule. You have to fucking answer it. So that's just what we gotta do, Mr. Allen.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, even it's about fucking food. You gotta answer it, Allen. You gotta do it.
Fuck that. I'm done answering food questions. I'm sorry, guys.
We might have
I can't do that anymore.
You better be careful. But here's the first one. What's a trope that happens in superhero movies, games, comics that usually bother you?
I'm gonna use the same answer that I used in. I'll explain a little bit more, but someone asked a similar question and showed it a couple weeks back. And specifically in the Winter Soldier, when Captain America is fighting the Winter Soldier, something I hate more than anything in the world is when the villain grabs the main character by the throat and then tosses his ass.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Why? Have the main character break out. Have someone save him. Or kill him. Why are you throwing him? You have him in your grasps. Why?
Yeah, no, I don't like that shit either. But I will say, like, if it's a situation where they know each other personally, in the sense of like maybe the hero somehow did something to fuck up the villain's life, I get why you want to like just like really like enjoy that shit. Like, fuck you, you gonna make this shit last a long fucking time. Just choke the fuck out.
I know, but I hate that trope too of like I'm gonna make you suffer. I'm sorry, but if I'm ever angry at y'all, I'm just gonna do it. There's no preamble. Just fuck it.
Yeah, I saw how angry he got when I lost those glasses.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill Ganja. 100%.
Yeah, he's gonna kill.
I'm gonna find it in 3 pieces and be like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, but
man,
actually,
that's gonna take a lot of sawing.
Wow. Allie, I know you like your funny books, your funny book movies, and whatnot. What's a trope that happens in superhero movies, games, or comics that usually bother you?
Shoot. I'm trying to think.
Sure.
I know there's definitely like a lot out there, but I don't know. My biggest trope is like, why can't y'all make a good villain? Like, I feel like most of these movies out here, like, they're just so typical. Like, they don't have much of a personality. They're trying to take over the whole world. Like, that's, you know what? That's a good trope. The whole world is at stake. Like,
yeah.
Can we just have it a little bit smaller for the first movie at least? You know, like, get to know each other a little bit better before you decide to, like, take out, 50% of the world or whatever you're trying to do. Like, yeah. That's the thing I just really, I feel like I see that so much. Or, like, when they have, like, a CGI showdown at the end, which, I mean, sometimes I actually do kind of enjoy. But overall, it's just kind of annoying that like so much destruction happens, and then like the next movie, like nothing happened and everything's just back to normal in a span of like a couple of months. I'm like, what? Like, yo, can we just talk about Man of Steel for a second? Like the time frame between that and Batman v Superman is not enough to rebuild literally like 50% of Metropolis. So like, did you see the end of that? Did you see the end of that movie? Like when Superman and Lois are in like the middle of a crater, and then you look for miles and there's just like destruction of all these buildings. Like there's nothing left. And then the next movie, it's like, oh, everything's good.
Like, the next movie, the end of the movie, they're working the Daily Planet.
Yeah, like, yeah, and they're just like smiling, like, like next movie.
We just saw millions of people die.
And I'm like, wait, no, let's go back to like this 9/11 times 50 million like scenario we have here. This is terrible.
The chat's throwing in some of their stuff too. Adrian saying "You're humanity's last hope."
Yeah.
The giant monster final boss. Yeah, that one kind of sucks too.
Random love interests. That's another one people were saying. Yeah, I really hate random love interests, especially in this situation.
Mine personally is when it's back. They don't. I don't think they do it so much more now. But you guys remember this, especially you, Allie and Anthony, and Allie and Anthony. Goddamn, Allie and
Say it again.
I fucking hate you. But Alan and mother.
Oh my god.
You know what? Let's get it. Allie and Alan. We're good.
Allie and Allie.
I get her to fuck it up too.
My current co-host in the 90s, they used to have. Shut up, you! They used to have the heroes meet up with each other, but for some reason they would always fight, and it was never an actual real fight. It was just some bullshit that they just happen to be in the same area, and they just think one's the villain. Like none one has access to news, radio, or nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that with Daredevil met Spider-Man the first time?
Everyone who met Spider-Man threw hands with him.
Yeah, because he's kind of Spider-Man sucks, honestly.
They still do that. What are you talking about?
He
they
does
still
kind of suck.
Every single time, like nowadays, like Batman and Superman, you got Suicide Squad, even though they're not real freaking heroes. You got the Avengers doing that. Like, it's still happening. It doesn't matter. They're always trying to get into some argument, and it's just like the most stupid thing.
People want to see the fucking canon, like who's stronger than who, which is kind of like they sold Batman v Superman on the entire premise of watching the shit out of each other.
Like,
all right, Happy Alley.
Mine really quick will be just the fact, and this will be really easy. Stop trying to do exactly what the comics did. When you make a movie, it's a different medium. Comic book stuff does not really go well to movie, and movie stuff does not go well to comic books. They're two different things. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that Wonder Woman did that was different in the comic book that made the movie so much better than their comics. And I was like, okay, Wonder Woman did it right. Let's continue going in that direction. I don't know how Black Panther did, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't exactly like that in the comic book.
Probably not.
But Spider-Man comics, I didn't read them, but I've read into them a lot. I've watched videos based on the comic books and everything. Spider-Man comics are fucking stupid. I mean, they are really, really, really stupid. And the movies, especially Sam Raimi movies, are great. So I don't know. Spider-Man is just fucking weird to me. In that sense. So yeah, that's one trope that I fucking hate. But moving on.
That's right, you ain't shit.
Wait, what's up? What's up, man?
So that's right, you ain't shit.
I'm sorry about that, buddy. Moving on though. This one says, "What's the last film that made you fall asleep in a movie theater?"
Pacific Rim 2.
Are you serious?
That movie is
robots and shit going around. Exploding?
Yeah, but there's the robot fights are cool. But there's a lot of not robot fighting, and that not robot fighting is really fucking boring. Unless you want to see Charlie Day not be crazy and just basically be like, they only paid him $5 to say a few lines.
I'm going to say mine's real quick as well because I don't want to start a whole nother argument that should have been put to rest for the February.
Oh, no, here we go.
I literally fell asleep through the middle part of Call Me By Your Name.
Okay. I'm not involved with the elephant.
Like I literally got so fucking bored that I was like, I'm gonna pop a pillow, I'm just gonna relax and just watch this movie, and then I just passed out for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, Trey, I love you, Trey. I was watching this with somebody. I was watching with somebody that I know very personally, and we both fell asleep watching Doctor Strange. That fucking thing, what a sack of not sack of shit, but what a boring fucking movie. Like, I'm telling you, dude, Doctor Strange. You lost already. I don't give a fuck what you're doing in Avengers. I do not give one slight.
I like Doctor, man. The movie's not perfect, but I still enjoy that movie. But some of the other choices
sucks too. Like, it's a whole fucking thing. But I see how. I mean, yeah, of course, I don't like it. You like your nerds.
Yeah, because I enjoy things, unlike you.
well, I mean, you know, I liked a couple things today that you didn't like, so I think I'm still on the positive.
10,000 BC is
I'd
not.
love to see the eternal struggle of the Fun Police.
I swear, yeah.
10,000 BC was not a bad movie. I'll stop taking this hate.
10,000 BC was fucking terrible, dude.
It's the only Roland Emmerich movie I like.
But Jet said she almost fell asleep with that, and I almost fell asleep. And me, Jet, and Allie watched this. The Post. Oh my
Man.
god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Help me with that
fucking
movie.
Movie was terrible, man. And the thing is, we watched other stuff that was just as slow as like the Phantom Pain, or not the Phantom Pain, the Phantom Thread. It was a Phantom Pain in Alan's ass.
Man, that was a great fucking thing. Yeah, we watched Phantom Pain.
No, but this over here is the Post, and man, I was not expecting this. I thought with all the money to put into this and this being right before the Oscars, I actually did think that this was going to be good. So yeah, really quick, this is kind of a community question in a sense. Zone Blade says, name 5 things you like, Nick. I like Korn, Mortal Kombat, Walking Dead, Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid. Booyah, got you, bitch.
Pussy.
Anyways, and Pussy too. Pussy's very. That's a sexy one. I can't do that. But yeah, Allie, how about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did I fall asleep on? Honestly, I don't really fall asleep in movies.
Oh no, I got a movie
that
for you.
much. What?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, did she fall asleep during that?
She passed out for like 20
that wasn't
minutes.
in the theater though. Like
Oh,
I feel like it's
yeah.
different in the theater. I'm literally going through my movie list, like of all the movies I paid for in the past like several years. I'm trying to think of one that I like fell asleep on, and I don't know. I feel like I was kind of dozing off on Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh,
That-
that sounds like
That's the one I kind of. It wasn't bad. It was kind of lackluster, but I do remember I was like really struggling to stay awake. And then my theater had the recliner seats, and that doesn't help at all. You fall asleep easily like that. So, also, I don't remember when I saw Independence Day Resurgence. I have to look at.
Oh,
I'm
God,
like, wait, I never saw that movie. Why does it say I saw it?
One movie too, by the way, when I count this as a thing because the fucking bill to be on a plane is way more expensive than a movie theater, so it still counts. I watched Transformers the last night, fell the fuck asleep, and then woke up, went back and rewatched it on the plane still. I still hate that fucking movie.
Maybe you just had really comfy chairs.
No, I was nervous. I was sick. I was mad because the lady next to me kept fucking talking up a goddamn storm. And by the way, in planes, people do this when you're on a plane. If someone looks like they're tired, don't put your fucking light on so you can see your phone just that much better. Fuck your battery. Just move your light back up. Don't keep the other person next to you with your fucking light. It's nighttime. It's sleep time. Don't do that to people. Shit. Anyway,
And Nick, you're gonna love plane rides for your whole life.
no, I won't. Like, I actually don't mind plane rides, but certain people just get on my fucking nerves. Like, it's nighttime, dude. It's late. Everyone would look
Have you
tired.
had that guy that farted secretly and you gotta wait till smell it?
Oh no, that always sucks too. But then they got babies on there, and the babies are shitting all the fucking time.
Man, I
Doing that.
fucking hate
And that's
it.
why having no sense of smell works out.
I swear to God, I'll be on a plane with infants. I think about throwing them out the cockpit.
No, man, I'm telling you, that shit's rough. And the thing is, luckily, when you go to New York for a little bit, you get used to the smell of shit, so it wasn't so bad in the airplane. Because the whole fucking city smells like shit. I hate New York. Anyway.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
yeah,
at least we're not ready to. At least
Y'all
we're
have
not-
that fifth sense, man. It sucks.
No, but we'll actually go on to the next question over here. And here we go. This is actually kind of a deep one. What situation or situations where you've changed your opinion on a person or multiple people, good or bad? That's a long one. I'll say it one more time. What situation or situations where you've changed your opinion on the person or multiple people, and it could be good or it could be bad? Oh, look at that. Everyone just got really depressed.
Huh.
I love it.
No, I'm trying to think of a situation like,
I'll leave this up here.
yeah, and I don't. That's just this is a huge. I have one, but it's like a long ass story I gotta go through.
I'll tell mine really quick. Then. Just
Yeah, you tell yours. I'll figure out how to tell mine about that.
Jet Jackson. The reason why I changed my mind on her is because I found out she fucking hated Sammy. So,
So you hate her even more now? What's the deal?
No, see, I like her now. She's cool now. But before, Jet used to talk shit to us during the show the entire time. So when we had
Used
meetings
to.
afterwards, she still does. But yeah, like in the meetings after we do the show, I'll be like, that fucking Jet Jackson, god damn it, fuck. So yeah, things are different now. She's really, really cool. But yeah, it was the whole Sammy hate. See, when you hate certain people, it brings other people together, and everyone loves each other, and it's wonderful. So, anyways, Alan, you go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. I'll go with one I guess just more closer to MCA. when we were first doing, when I was first joining up doing the MCA, me and Justin Zarian, that started off as me just can't standing his puns and a lot of what he was talking about. But after a while, we just kind of started having great chemistry, especially when we met. Eventually, just words. We really started to get along really, really well, and I like that. I know what the fuck you're doing, motherfucker. But I remember at first, like, us just not getting along just because we had such weird differing. Hell, we still do. We still argue about Gotham. He's still wrong. But it took a while, and it took us just kind of like mellowing out. It's like, oh, those are still in the after hours. We don't have to, be on and start arguing every 10 seconds. And after a while, like, yeah, wow, he literally became my other half, where it's like, we just started being, motherfucker, holy shit. Point is, he's a great person, and I like hanging out with him.
And he's very gentle and gives the tip properly.
Oh, god damn it. God, what are you going to say? Some Star Wars memorabilia, man? Go fucking talk.
And if you guys don't remember, because I actually have a still from when Justin was actually at Alan's house, and they're actually on the MCA when that happened. It was actually a pretty cool thing you guys did. And I actually got a still from that, and I don't know why I kept it. But here it is right here. This is Justin on Alan's
Man, that was having to set that up, man. That was a weird.
Wait, what?
What?
I meant the actual show that people remember. Look at the fucking highlight from the Jumanji trailer. Gee, fuck all of y'all.
You should have provided context and just go with that.
I figured there'd be more context than his whatever the hell Nick just put.
Hello, stranger.
Oh, hello, stranger. How you doing, Alan? You know you're wrong about that movie.
I'm gonna tell you how wrong you are, Birdman.
We can get really wrong in here right now.
I'm gonna give you a better than sex.
Oh man, don't do missionary though. I get nervous. But,
but hate all y'all.
But Allie, what's the situation where you change your mind on somebody, good or bad?
Ganja.
No shit, huh?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't know. I always try to be like open-minded to people, and I don't like to think like, oh, I don't like that person. Blah 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 blah. I mean, there'll be times where like I have doubts whether I'll connect with someone or I'll be able to like hold a conversation, and then I'm completely surprised that like we have a lot of stuff in common. So I mean, that I never off the bat say like, oh, I don't like that person. I always try to give people a chance and stuff like that. It's more so like I don't know how much we'll be able to like talk about. So that's what I look at. And yeah, there have been times where I'm really surprised by someone that like, wow, I didn't know they were into something like this or that. So that's kind of cool.
I never really do this, but I'll give one more. And it's actually about somebody in this call right now. Ganja. You.
No.
Never, oh, then he leaves. No.
Yeah, I would leave too. I was about to duck
my spider senses were tingling.
No, yes, no, Ganja. Actually, and I was thinking whether or not to say this, but I'll be honest. Me and you, we people used to think we really, really hate each other because we used to go off on each other in earlier dates of the shows. Yeah, me and Ganja used to fucking like attack each other. And I will be honest.
Alan, you thought we gave you shit. Me and him actually joked around to the point that we would get asked in after hours separately because for some reason no one started a fight by asking us all at the same time. Actually hate Nick, or do you hate Ganja?
Exactly, yeah. And I will say, like, lots of who you are, I hate people like you. Like, I really, really do. And I've told you that many, many times. I tell you on the shows, I tell you in personal, whatever the fuck it is. But the thing is, I was actually thinking, like, right before we went to New York, I was like, man, I bet Ganja's gonna be fucking annoying. I bet he's gonna be one of those fucking stoners that I can't fucking stand. I'm gonna make sure to get my other hotel so I'm not to be stuck with this motherfucker in case he sucks. The whole thing, just building up this, like, I don't know, like, not hatred, but just, like, disdain or whatever the fuck. You are actually really fucking cool in real life. Like, people think you're a big character on here being all fucking silly, but you guys don't know how... Wait, no, they're not right, no. And I will never say this shit again, by the way, so don't get too fucking happy. But it's just, like, I noticed with Ganja, I mean, there was even, like... I mean, this dude literally gave to, like, a charity, like, on a train. Like, this dude likes to act like he's a badass. Like, I don't give a fuck, and the whole thing.
Hey, bitch, stop stitching, all right? You're sucking my dick. Now you're telling everybody about it. Shut up.
But no, like, seriously, though, really cool dude. Really love to hang out with you. And I will say, I mean, granted, now you're going to think, like, oh, fuck, Nick, I want him around me. Because he thought this before, and that's cool. But I will say, I do feel comfortable with you now, and I do trust you now, and I can't wait to hang out with you and everybody else in this call once again. But yeah, it was really cool meeting you. Yeah, Texas, and just a few more months. 4 more months. But yeah, all that good stuff. So yeah, I think just
4 more months. Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. Don't argue with him, motherfucker. 4 months is August, you son of a bitch. But Ganja, how about you? Go ahead, sir.
Me personally, I'm not going to say the name, but it was somebody that I worked with closely. I brought it up before. I don't really want to go into it anymore, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like, I thought someone was different, and then certain actions and certain ways they handle certain scenarios changed my opinion on them. And usually when it comes about like certain things that I don't let things slide, and there's certain things that start off as like red flags. And Nick knows me and Nick have an argument about this a lot of time. I let a lot of shit slide with assholes. Mm-hmm. So if you start like raking off red flags in my head, then that means I have to worry about you because you're probably going to be somebody that's either going to rob a motherfucker or you're type to beat somebody's dude's ass when you don't feel like comfortable anymore with their friend. So those are the type of people I really keep at arm's length, and it usually comes around how they react to certain situations or how they react to certain people or how they treat people, and I see them act like that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, too. It's like, people always like to say, like, oh, business and friendship are separate, and you can do that. But when you do something bad, it's a person thing. It's a thing that when you do something shitty in business, you're kind of shitty in a personal way, too. You know what I mean? It's just what's going on.
Trey's talking about the Trey versus MCA. You won't let me forget that.
Behind the scenes.
You bring it up more than Nick does.
Yeah, no, that's true, Trey. You do bring it up more than me, but at the same time, I will bring it up as well because Trey thought we were the fucking devil. And guess what? Guess who's my co-host on the Ringside Hangout, bitch? Yes, Trey is part of us.
Or our bi-weekly co-host on the Facebook page.
Exactly, and sometimes a co-host on the midweek chat tag too. Which, by the way, people, just to put this out there as well, and all of you guys can make fun of Trey now. I'm gonna have you chase his ass on Facebook. Trey was supposed to be one of the original hosts. I messaged that dude personally. I said, Trey, it's me, you, 90s, Anthony. Let's do this shit. And Trey told me no, and no, and no, and no, and we're bad and evil, and look where we are now. People change, people grow. We are not the devil. Well, I am, but these guys aren't. And, yeah, Trey's
I'm a devil. I'm just a different type of demon.
I'm actually a good person. Y'all just hate me.
Man, you're so fuck.
And you don't like
fuck
fun at all. You just don't. And you don't tip.
Really? Coming from you?
Why people don't tip? No, I'm just playing.
Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. But no, aside from that, though, I think that's pretty much all of our questions for tonight. We're going to be doing this again on Saturday. If you guys have more questions for us and make us get even gayer on each other, you can do that. I fucking hope you don't, because that shit hurt me a lot to say good shit about Ganja. That's really rough for me to do. I do not like this man. I do not. Oh, yes. I can
put good in my body.
Put them titties on the glass. But with that said, people.
Grab them, six, bitch.
But we're going to be getting out of here. So, with that said, in a couple of days, it'll be Friday, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what fucking time it is. But when that day comes, our boy Ganja Guru is going to be doing the Facebook thing with Alan, and I'm sure Trey as well, right, sir?
Oh, yes, shit, we are doing this week. Fuck.
Well, what do you think, man? We've been doing this every fucking week.
Really? You keep forgetting what day of the week it is. I forget.
Hey, all I know is we do it on the Untitled Video Game Show on Facebook every Friday, 7:30 CST time, and with our co-host bilaterally, sometimes comes once in a while, Trey Cooper. We're gonna be playing some video games tomorrow. Not tomorrow, goddammit. On Friday. Fuck you, Alan. On Friday, we're going to play some video games. We don't actually have anything lined up. I think me and Alan have to talk about it. We usually have a list of set games that we're going to play, so we're probably going to pick out something like that.
It'll be superhero-based. I'll talk about it. It's going to be superhero-based. We're going to continue our superhero stuff.
Thank you for stopping me from stumbling. See, he's just like Jesus. When I stumble, he picks me back up. He is the fourth. Well, no. The third. Well,
holy shit. Okay, anyway, while he stumbles it up, we just leave something to embrace. We'll let y'all know the day of as per usual, but be sure to check out the Facebook page and the Amino page. Nick, anything else you want to say before God?
He is the fourth pair of footprints behind him, like Jesus. There you go. I got the quote. I got the quote. Also, guys, make sure to check out our Amino where we go and fuck around with you guys personally all the time, just in the general chat. Alan didn't know about it for 3 weeks, but you guys knew about it from the beginning. So come hang out with us, shoot some bullshit, make sure to check in, post some comments, maybe post a poll or two, and come hang out with us and shoot the shit.
Oh, yeah. So with that said, people on that 3, on that 2, and on that 1, I play the music way too fast.